Good morning. We're heading already to Sukkot. As we know, some Sukkot are put up already. Some Sukkot were started already. Because we're very close to Sukkot, because Shabbos comes in the middle and there's no building Sukkot those days. We see in the Sukkah is a very, very high level. And that's the reason why Lubavitch does not sleep in a sukkah. We cannot sleep in a sukkah because we feel or we don't feel the greatness of the sukkah. That the greatest kedusha which we had by Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, the tshuva of Rosh Hashanah, tshuva of Yom Kippur. Then you have the 4 days between Sukkot, Yom Kippur, Sukkot. That's the 4 letters of Shem Havaya. Sukkot, it becomes revealed. During Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and Asaras Mei Tshuva, we reveal the Pnimius Haratzin, the Pnimius of the essence of God. All that was concealed. And it comes revealed by Sukkot. Now it says by Sukkot Teshvu. In the Sukkot you should dwell in. Then it says Shivas Yom Teshvu VaSukkot, 7 days you should sit in the Sukkah. And then it says Kol HaEzrach, all the citizens, so to say, Yeshvu BaSukkos, should dwell in the Sukkah. So why all these differences? Well, we can look in regarding the love of God. There's so many levels in loving God that the majority of the levels that we can think that it comes from the pnimius of the heart, is really connected to al pi tam vadas, according to knowledge. That I thought, I contemplated. There's one level is he contemplated in the world, how great the world is, and if God created the world, we're talking about the whole world in 6 days. This is unbelievable. And therefore you have a love towards God. And then there's another level. You think about the greatness of God. That is also because you contemplated. And that's how you reach the love of God. And it goes on and on and on. Anything that comes through your intellect, that's all the lower level of Ava to Hashem. And then there's another level of Ava, is like a candle. That the candle just wants to go up. It does not want to get connected to God. There's no connection to God, or I want to be connected to God. I want to be connected to the essence of God. I want to be connected to the highest level. I'll get so much pleasure from it. My soul will get so much pleasure. That's not the candle. The candle always wants to get connected to its source. Even though the candle will consume, there won't be no candle anymore, it'll be distinguished, it still wants to go up. That is the true avatar Hashem. And then there's another idea, the nefesh. The neshama does not come down for itself. The neshama was before under the Kisei HaKaved, under the heavenly throne, by God, and it comes down into the world. The neshama has no reason to be in the body. And that's where we learn, make the soul happy in our bodies. It really does not want to be there. The soul is like the candle that wants to leave already, wants to be connected to God. And the whole purpose of it is, the neshama coming into our body is to rectify our body. Just like Shem Elikim, the name of Elohim, which that's the name of Teva, nature. Nature was created in order that you should not see God. That's why it was created. The body conceals over God. The Nefesh Bahamis conceals. So we have to work on our Nefesh Bahamis. We have to permeate the Nefesh Bahamis. Like it says, Shema Yisrael's Nefesh Elikis. Baruch Shem Kavod Machusei Leilam Vad is the Nefesh Bahamis. That's how we rectify the Nefesh Bahamis. And that is our Avodah. Don't make it hard for the soul to permeate your existence. We know that our existence was made to conceal ungodliness. But also we have to listen to our Nefesh Elikis. That our Nefesh Bahamis should be transformed to godliness. That you should be able to draw down Yechidah, the oneness that of the soul which is connected to God. It doesn't have to do anything to connect to God. It is one with God. That's also part of our soul, to permeate our existence. That our existence will be totally godly. That is the idea that you're totally one with God. And we know that we have the idea of Hashem on Rosh Hashanah. He has a Ratzin HaMuchlat, the ultimate Ratzin, the full idea of will up above. He's higher than creating the world. And then there's the course which creates the world. And then there's the course which is in the world. There's so many differences of Elikus, levels of Elikus. The same thing is with Ratzain. You have a will to have a dwelling place. You have a will to have your own home. Then you have the will that to how you want the house to look like. And then the Maisa Bepoil, the actual house. So the same thing over here is, sure, we have to love God because He created the world. You have to love God because that He had the ratzin to create the world, the will to create the world, without any details. That is Ak, which does not have any details. And then the will of God, that you want to be connected to God. That our bodies should be connected to God. That means just like a candle. We cannot let the darkness overpower us. And we worked on it on Rosh Hashanah. We awakened God's koyach to open up to the world. And also, we connected to God to the fullest extent. We awakened God to become a king upon us. Even in the Gashmis, we ate and we drank and we knew that God will write us into the book of life, book of Mashiach, book of Geula. We come Yom Kippur, we are like angels. No sin. That was just like Moshe Rabbeinu, which he was on Mount Sinai. He was up in heaven for 40 days and 40 nights. He did not eat or drink. We were like that on Yom Kippur. We didn't have to eat and drink. We were like angels. And then comes Sukkot. The schach of the sukkah is Oir Makif. It's a very high level that we get from the Keteiros of Yom Kippurim. It's a very high level. It's a Makifim of Bina. So therefore, we have Basukkah's Teishvu. You should dwell in the sukkah. That is the Oir Makif. Shivas Yom Teishu Basukkah is Zohar Malchus. You have the 7 midos. That's Hashem Hu Elikim 7 times. And then Kol HaEzrach Yeshu B'Sukkos. That not only new things should be installed in the sukkah, but even the ezach which came before the sukkah, before the will to create the worlds, before anything, pure atzma should dwell in the sukkah. That even though that is the time of the Geula, when nothing will conceal over godliness, but now also, and since we have this level of Kol HaEzach Yeshu B'Sukkos, we are afraid to fall asleep in there. Like we see by Yaakov Avinu, that when he lied down, he didn't even lie down. It came down on him, a slumber, and he fell asleep. He woke up and he said, Achei Noida, now I see it's a place of the Beis HaMikdash. He was shocked that he was able to sleep there. So the same thing here also. When we come to the sukkah, we don't sleep there. We don't talk Devarim B'Telem, worthless words. We learn Torah Chadash of Hashem. And Be'ez Hashem will have the ultimate redemption when it won't be a new thing. It won't be only Kol HaEzach Yeshu B'Sukkos, but it'll be Kol HaEzach in the world. It'll be V'ro Chabasa Yachtov Kipi Havaya Diber. All flesh together will see that God is talking. We will see the talking. Just like it was by Matan Torah. They saw what was heard and they heard what was supposed to be seen. The idea is that nowadays we do have a a taste of the Geula. Just like by Erev Shabbos, you have to taste of the macholim, of the food of Shabbos. Like, wait a second, it's in the time of Chol, it's weekdays, but still we take a taste. So too here also, we were given the koyach to learn Chasidus and to be connected to God as a taste of Yemei Mashiach, and Be'ez Hashem will dwell in the sukkah of the skin of the animal, of the Livyasan, Erish Livyasan, which will stretch out and be the biggest sukkah in the world, and will dwell in the by the base. Will dwell in the sukkah of the Beis Hamikdash Hashlishi. Taketh me ad mamash now. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever. Long live our master, teacher, and Rebbe King Mashiach forever and ever.